My friends, let me start by asking you something straight from the heart. When was the last time you felt truly secure about your retirement income? For so many Australian seniors, every dollar counts. The rising cost of groceries, electricity, rent, or even medical bills can make it feel like your pension just isn't stretching far enough. That's why today's news is so important. It's about a major Centrelink boost that could mean as much as $6,000 extra for age pensioners. Before we dive in, I want to say this. If you care about your financial security, if you want to make sure you or your loved ones don't miss out on extra benefits, you are in the right place. And if you're new here, please take a moment to subscribe to this channel. We share updates that can help seniors, retirees, and families stay ahead with the latest pension and payment news. One simple click means you'll never miss important information that could put real money in your pocket. Now let's talk about why this update matters so much. The age pension is the lifeline for millions of Australians. But let's be honest, it often feels like it just isn't enough to cover the basics. That's why any boost, whether it's a lump sum payment or an increase to your regular pension, can make a world of difference. And right now, there's an opportunity for seniors to check their eligibility for a $6,000 Centrelink boost. This isn't just about numbers, it's about dignity, peace of mind, and knowing you can afford the little things that make life enjoyable, like treating your grandchildren, paying for a holiday you've been dreaming about, or simply not stressing when the electricity bill arrives. Over the course of this video, I'm going to explain in simple, clear language what this $6,000 boost actually means, who is eligible, and how you can check if you qualify, how this change connects with other benefits like rent assistance, energy supplements, and cost of living relief, and most importantly, how you can make sure you don't miss out. I'll take you step by step, so even if you're not familiar with Centrelink or government programs, you'll walk away with a clear understanding of what this means for you. So grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's explore this big development together, because it could put thousands of dollars directly into the pockets of Australian seniors. Now that we've set the stage, let's talk about what this $6,000 boost really means. First, it's important to know that when the government announces extra support like this, it doesn't always come in the form of one big check landing in your account all at once. Sometimes it is delivered as a lump sum payment, but more often it may be structured as increases to your regular age pension payments, cost of living supplements, or additional top-ups spread across the year. The headline figure, $6,000, represents the total value of additional assistance a senior might receive, depending on their personal situation. This can include higher fortnightly age pension rates, cost of living payments designed to help with essentials like groceries and bills, rent assistance increases for those paying high housing costs, energy supplements, which are especially important as electricity and gas bills rise. Think of it as a package of support that, when added together, can mean thousands of dollars extra in your pocket over the course of the year. Eligibility is the key question on everyone's mind. Not every single pensioner will automatically receive the full $6,000, but many seniors will see an improvement in their payments. Let's break it down. Full age pension recipients. If you already qualify for the full age pension, you are at the top of the list for boosts and increases, because the government wants to protect the most vulnerable. Part pension recipients. If your age pension is reduced because of your income or assets, you may still see extra benefits. It might not reach the full $6,000, but the boost can still be significant. Seniors receiving rent assistance. With housing costs at record highs, seniors who rent privately or in community housing may see extra payments to help cover rent. Low-income seniors with concessions. Some extra supplements may also extend to seniors with healthcare cards or concession cards, giving them relief beyond the standard pension. Couples, married or partnered pensioners, often wonder if boosts apply to them equally. In many cases, increases are adjusted for couples, meaning both partners benefit, although the total might be shared differently. This isn't just about generosity, it's about necessity. Inflation, the rising cost of living, and public pressure have pushed the government to act. For too long, pensioners have been struggling to stretch their payments to cover rising prices. A pension that was barely enough 5 years ago is now being eaten up by higher rent, energy bills, and groceries. The $6,000 boost is the government's way of saying, "We hear you, and we're taking action." It's not just about money, but about restoring a sense of fairness and dignity to seniors who built this nation and now deserve financial security in retirement. Let's say you're a single pensioner living alone, receiving the full age pension. You might currently receive around $1,100 per fortnight. With supplements, top-ups, and cost of living boosts added over the year, you could see an extra $230 per fortnight, which across 26 fortnights in a year adds up to nearly $6,000 extra. For couples, it may look like a smaller increase per person, but when combined, it can still make a big difference. Imagine an extra $180 each fortnight for a couple. Together, that's nearly $4,700 in a year. While not the full $6,000, it's still meaningful relief. Many people miss out on extra money simply because they don't know they qualify. Centrelink rules can be confusing, forms can be overwhelming, and sometimes people assume they're not entitled when they actually are. This is why checking your eligibility now is crucial. Even if you think you're only on a part pension, you may qualify for new boosts, supplements, or rent assistance. This is where awareness makes all the difference. By staying informed, you give yourself the best chance to benefit from every dollar you're entitled to. Now that we know what the $6,000 age pension boost is and who may qualify, the next big question is, how do you actually check if you are entitled to it? For many seniors, this is the most confusing part. The forms, the online system, and even the phone lines can feel like a maze. But don't worry, I'm going to walk you through it slowly and clearly, just like we were sitting at the kitchen table together. The very first thing you need to do is take stock of your own financial situation. Centrelink looks at two main things when deciding how much you can get: your income, from work, investments, superannuation, or other sources. Your assets, like property, savings, or valuable items, not including the home you live in. If you're under the income and asset thresholds, you are likely to qualify for either the full pension or a part pension, and therefore eligible for boosts that come with them. Think of it this way. If you've already been receiving pension payments, there's a very good chance the new boost will apply to you. But if you're not currently on the age pension, it's worth checking again, because thresholds have shifted and some people who were previously not eligible may now qualify. The fastest way to check is through the MyGov website. Here's how. Log in to your MyGov account and link it to Centrelink if you haven't already. Once inside, you'll see a dashboard with your details. Look for updates in your payment and claims section, where Centrelink often posts notices about changes to your pension. You may see a message showing upcoming increases or a review option, which lets you check if your payments are changing. Don't worry if computers aren't your thing. There are still options. If you prefer speaking to a real person, you can call the Centrelink Age Pension line. Be ready to wait a little because hold times can be long. But once you're connected, you can ask directly, "Am I eligible for the new pension boost, and what do I need to do to receive it?" For those who like face-to-face help, visiting a Services Australia office can be the easiest path. Staff there can look at your records and explain exactly what you're entitled to. Many community organisations, pensioner groups and financial counsellors offer free help with Centrelink. If the process feels too overwhelming, don't be afraid to ask. Sometimes a neighbour, family member, or even your local library can assist with online forms. The most important advice is this: don't wait too long to check. If you're entitled to more money, The sooner you confirm, the sooner it lands in your account. Some payments are applied automatically, but others require you to update your details or lodge a claim. Let me give you an example to make this clearer. Margaret, a 74-year-old widow from Brisbane, was on the full age pension. She didn't think much of the announcement about increases because she assumed it would just show up automatically. But after visiting her local Centrelink office, she discovered she was also eligible for extra rent assistance and an energy supplement she wasn't receiving before. Combined, that gave her an extra $220 every fortnight, over $5,700 in a year. Without checking, she would have missed out. Margaret now says that the 20 minutes she spent at Centrelink was worth thousands of dollars. Stories like Margaret's remind us that seniors often leave money on the table, not because the government is trying to hide it, but because the system is complicated. That's why checking is so important. Even if you think you're already getting the maximum, there may be new supplements or one-off top-ups you haven't received yet. When people first hear the number, $6,000 in extra pension support, the first thought is often, will I really see that much money in my account? And that's a very fair question. The truth is, the $6,000 figure is not always a single one-time payment. Instead, it's the total value of several different boosts, supplements and adjustments that together can add up to thousands of dollars over the course of a year. Every year, the age pension is adjusted, usually in March and September, to keep up with inflation and wage growth. With prices rising so quickly, these increases are now larger than ever. For example, if your fortnightly pension goes up by even $90, that's nearly $2,400 extra per year. This is one of the biggest contributors to the overall boost. Housing costs are one of the heaviest burdens on seniors, especially those who don't own their own homes. That's why the government recently announced a significant increase to rent assistance. For singles, this could mean an extra $40–60 per fortnight or around $300 per year. For couples, it's slightly different, but still adds up quickly. Electricity and gas bills have been climbing, and seniors are among the hardest hit. To ease this, there are energy supplements and, in some states, additional one-off payments. These can add between $300 and $600 per year, depending on your location and circumstances. From time to time, the government announces one-off cost of living payments, special lump sums deposited directly into pensioners' accounts to provide immediate relief. These may be $250, $500, or even more. And if there are multiple rounds in a year, this can easily push the total boost higher. On top of direct payments, there are indirect financial boosts that save seniors money. Things like concession cards, bulk billed medical services, cheaper prescriptions, or discounted transport. While these don't show up as cash in your account, they reduce your expenses, which effectively boosts your yearly financial position by hundreds or even thousands of dollars. And this is how the number makes sense. It's not just one check, but a combination of steady increases, special top-ups, and financial relief measures that, when combined, can change your quality of life.